Alright, hi everybody, it's Bonkai922. I said it before in the video, I was going to do other reviews. There's 3 I have to do. I'm going to start off with some manga. There's 2 actually. I have Kenichi, History's Strongest Disciple Kenichi, chapter 505. This one was called Cautious. After this, I could probably do Fairy Tail episode, and I got the manga that I said I was going to start reviewing in the new year, Seinen. I'll get into that. Now, this chapter. This one's getting a 4 out of 5. This chapter basically was split off into 2 events. Number 1, the conversation between Odin, Ryoto, and Freya. And it was split off also on the other side, the fight between Takeda and Lugh. Now, nothing really to say specifically, but basically, Freya's caught, and this situation doesn't make any sense to me, because he's not even fighting Freya, and obviously I understand why he is not letting go of her, is because if he let goes, she'll probably attack him, or she'll go off attacking the other Yomi members. Also to note that we didn't see Kenichi's fight in this chapter. We didn't see Siegfried's. We didn't see Kisara. We didn't see any of those fights. Kenichi, I'm wondering, because he's fighting Berserk, and I'm wondering where that's going to go. But anyway, basically, she wants to get undone from the hook that Odin has done, and he doesn't want to, because she still knows that she's going to attack him if he lets go. And then he's saying that he senses an upsurge of ki. And he's telling Freya that they both have their Do-Ki activated. And basically, from what Odin has said to Freya, saying that Miyu's ki has gone wild. So, in actuality, Miyu doesn't really have full control of it. Which kind of makes sense. I have a feeling that was the case. I mean, her ki, when it's activated, usually is because, oh, one of our friends is getting attacked, and she just goes berserker kind of way. And then he basically explains that not everyone, to Freya, he's explaining to her that not everyone, while they're fighting Miyu and Lannis up in the air. Now, by the way, there was some fan service in this. Come on, this is Kenichi. He explains that the only ones who learned the ki was Atlantis. But regarding ki potential, there's only one man who has the most outstanding of all the Yomi, and despite being blind, no, because he is blind, he needs ki inside of him and will probably master how it really soon once it's gotten powerful enough. And we see while he's telling her this, we see an ass shot of Freya's, come on, ass shot. And then we see Lugh. So it's Lugh. Apparently from Odin's explanation, Ryoto, he's saying that he's the most closest as being the closest member of the Yomi to rise as a master. So that's what was pretty much initiated in that situation. Now we go into the fight between Lugh and takeda. And he's like saying, I wonder why it was always that he gets shivers when he fights this guy. And Lugh's just basically telling him, you care for a lot of things, your left arm, and your life, and all this other stuff. And And then he tells him whatever to resolve you what happened to the resolve you showed when you held out your left arm. Do you think you can win against me without losing anything? And then Lugh says, maybe you're asking too much. And it's just this OP as fuck scene where his eyes open up, Lugh, and he looks like a fucking alien. It's like, you know, and he goes right after him when he says that. It is a really freaky scene. And then he gives him all these punches. Well, Takeda gives him punches, and Lugh's saying you're too cautious. And Takeda's basically saying he can't get too close to this guy because it's going to be very dangerous if he gets caught by him. And he says, I'll try to hit him properly. And what happens is Lugh grabs him by his sleeve. His sleeve, like, you know, of his jacket, and and throws him. And I'm like, whoa, that was something else. And he does what is called an Ogata-style floating throw. And obviously, Takeda notices he's a submission man. His throw is just a connecting move. And that's when Lugh goes on top of him and he says, ligaments, joints. And I'm like, oh my God. Lugh. He's probably the most dangerous person in this group. Forget Berserker. Forget Odin. Forget Atlantis. He is probably the most dangerous. Probably. Without a doubt, the most dangerous. So, overall, that's what's happening. And then, Takeda, he grabs Takeda's arm and it seems like he's going to attack him. And Takeda does a phantom left. And then Lugh's saying, oh, he likes the fact that Takeda is very fast and you just, you know, your reaction time is very fast, not even a second. And saying that he was trained by a good master and so on and so forth. However, if it weren't boxing, you know, what do you mean by you? He says, Takeda then says, what do you mean by no? And then that's when Takeda realizes he can't wear that jacket. He's got to take it off. And he goes in to say about the special technique he learned from Shiba Dai Sensei. And they're about to go at it again. And Lugh explains that he hasn't fully, you know, mastered it, but he has ki sensors. He's able to sense ki. So, more or less, that's what he's saying there. And then he further explains, and this actually surprised me to some extent, that his ki is sei. Now, his ki is the same ki that Kenichi uses. And then, at the very last of this page, this is where this happened. The very last page, Takeda saying, "Don't talk if you're the same. You don't resemble him at all." And that's where the chapter ends. So overall, I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. I would give it a higher rating, but because of the fact that majority of it was split in half. This chapter, and it was obviously not that long chapter. Obviously, with Kenichi, you don't get long chapters. You know, because you had the part with Odin, so that was like an explanation about Lugh and Ki, and then you see the fight. So overall, this was good. This was a good chapter of Kenichi. I really like this fight. I really like this fight between Takeda and Lugh, because Lugh is a submission man. And that's why I really like it. You got two opposites. You got a boxer against somebody who does submissions and can do other things as well. Now, it's been a while, because let me see. Yeah, it's probably been at least two chapters since we've seen Kenichi's fight with Berserker. Now, I'm wondering how this is going to end with these fights. And like I said, I give it a 4 out of 5. I'm wondering how it's going to, end. Because I can see the fight between Miyu and Atlantis getting really out of hand. Someone might die. I really do see that. And I wonder what would happen to Miyu if she saw Kenichi get really hurt and almost dies. I think she would probably kill Berserker and Atlantis. And then I think that's probably when the situation gets to the point where it's get over craziness and everybody leaves. The Yomis, they leave. Because if Kenichi gets hurt, I assure you, no one is going to stop Miyu. She's probably going to unleash everything. But I don't think that's going to happen. But I do think the Miyu and Atlantis fight is probably going to get hit to a point. As far as Lugh and Takeda, I think, I don't want to say Lugh's going to win, but, you got to wonder. With his ability of being a submission man and his ki, what's going to happen? Can Takeda come out of this? I just wonder because it doesn't look like it. The other fights we have, and I miss and say their names. The fight between Hermit and Siegfried, that's not going to be that too much craziness. I think Siegfried might be able to deal with Hermit to a certain degree. But the other two, Kisara's fight and, Kisame's, I think. Kensei's daughter's fight. Riku, I think. Rika. Her fight. That one and Kisara's fight, I think, is the ones that are, you don't know. So, overall, this was a good chapter. I like to know, this was great to know that, he's close to Lugh is really a bad motherfucker. He really is. I mean, that I'll put it as a customized thumbnail. That was, whoa. Those eyes and his face was like, holy shit. Like, someone send this to, someone animate this shit right now. That chapter alone. Because it would be so fucking epic if they did. Overall, good chapter. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys. 2 more videos. Fairy Tail. Gemma. From what I understand, from looking at McWhirlpool's upload of his video, reactions to it, apparently we're going to see Gemma in that episode. I can't wait to see that shit. It's probably be good. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. So this is Bon Kind of. See you guys later. Tomorrow I got jury duty. And yeah, I will probably, once the Little Busters and Tempest, once those two are over, I will start raking in the fall anime series reviews. So yeah, that's the story there. Okay, this has been Bon Kind of 2. I'll see you guys later. Lugh. This guy is one bad motherfucker. See ya.